Ladies and gentlemen, today is an interesting day for Warzone because we have several updates in different capacities for the game. Starting off with something brand new, they released an image late last night directly from Call of Duty that actually has several different kind of hidden messages inside it. Some that are going to affect the game this week and others that aren't going to affect the game till the end of the season. And you'll see what I mean by that and by secret messages as we dive into that image a little bit more. The second thing is on top of all of this, we found out where the zombies are going to be moving to this week, and we'll dive into that a little bit later. And finally, we actually got a weapons update. The FFAR and the AUG both got a nerf, as well as some nerfs to some other attachments as well, and we'll dive into all of those patch notes later on in the video. But we should start out with the big one, the secret messages. What do I mean by this? Let's just jump right into it. So this was the image released late last night via email. So every once in a while, Call of Duty sends out an email, and inside it, they kind of say what's coming to the game, and you have to be subscribed to it to get that email. And generally speaking, there isn't really anything of that much interest. However, this week we got to see this, and this is also something that you may see on an advertisement on, for example, Instagram or Facebook or something like that. But what you may not know is there's a couple of hidden messages inside here. Some are really obvious. For example, if you look in the background, you can see the monitor displaying the 33% infection rate throughout Verdansk, which was upped from 5% last week, which was a pretty big jump. So that's a very minor message. However, there is much more than this. So for example, on the right-hand side of the picture, there's some blood smeared on the wall, and written on the wall, it says, "Get out, moving to," and then some scrambled letters, which appears to look a lot like Superstore. Now, late last night, we weren't sure if that's exactly what it was saying, but that's what it appeared to be. And this was actually confirmed later today when I was sent a package from Activision, and inside there was a shopping bag alongside a badge, a name badge with my name, Corey, and a piece of paper. And the piece of paper said, "Clean up on aisle 4, bring more than a mop, the place for killer deals, their latest customers shop long after they drop." So obviously telling us that the next location for zombies in Warzone is going to be at Superstore. So still, we have not reached the secret message that I am talking about. On this image, you can see dead center, there is something written on what appears to be a whiteboard. It says, "Just declared containment protocol. Beware sudden aggression and signs of necrosis among friendlies. No matter the threat, BCH4 will keep you informed through all," and then a giant blood smear. Now, not many big takeaways from this other than the fact that they have declared a containment protocol, which is rumored to be the next step in whatever is going to happen in Verdansk, leading up to what everyone believes to be the missile attack. But what we can take away from this is that containment protocol has now begun. But yet, that is still not the secret message that I am talking about. You see, down in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a small piece of paper. On it, it has an order number, 042121, which just so happens to be the exact date of the end of Season 2. April 21st, 2021 is the final day of Season 2, which the 22nd is supposed to be the first day of Season 3, which is supposed to be the end of this zombies outbreak event and the beginning of what a lot of people are assuming is the either new Warzone map or the Apocalypse event. We are not exactly sure. All we know is that right now the rumor is that missiles will be launched at Verdansk, and then we will see what happens next with the map. But it's really interesting that the date was put into that order number because very clearly this was done on purpose. So essentially the two takeaways from this is that Superstore is going to be the next location for zombies to appear, and finally the 21st appears to be the final day of this zombies outbreak event. Whether we get an event that day, and that's why they're giving us that date, I'm not sure, but we're going to have to wait and see. Now, two other weird things happened in Warzone today. First of all, Charlie Intel tweeted out that some people were seeing the Sparks bundle inside of Warzone, and basically this wasn't 100% true. Modders in the game were modding it so that it was appearing in the store and making it look like these characters, including Soap, were finally coming to the game. Like I said, not totally true. Yes, they're in the game files. No, they haven't actually been added yet. The second thing is some people were appearing to have the new Ronin bundle that has been rumored to be in there for a while and yet has not. But again, this was actually put into the game. This one was actually there, not with modders, and then was removed subsequently very shortly after. So what is going on with these bundles? I have no idea why they were added and then removed. I don't know, but it's mysterious nonetheless. So this is where things get interesting, and it's the weapon updates this week. So once again, as of last week, people were a little bit upset that they didn't nerf the weapons enough, and some of them got nerfed again, and some of them got nerfed for the first time. So the first one that we have here is the Cold War Tactical Rifle Charlie, and this is obviously the AUG. So what they did here is the recoil strength has been increased. In other words, more recoil has been added. This has been tested out. There is still not enough recoil on this weapon, and I don't think that they are nerfing the correct thing here. I either think the burst delay needs to get larger or the damage drop off needs to become shorter. One of the two things, because really the good thing about the AUG is you can basically shoot a bullet, and the bullet velocity is so good that you can just basically snipe someone and counter a sniper with it. Now, with the recoil being a little bit harder, it's more difficult, but there still isn't a ton of recoil. It is worse than it was before, but I still think this could be nerfed more. On top of this, if they do nerf this a lot, people are just going to drift over to the M16, and it's not going to be a big deal. It's just going to be the same meta, just with an M16. The second weapon is the FFAR. They have decreased the aim down sight speed. So they even go on to explain here that the FFAR is a jack of all trades. Its damage profile is good for an AR, as well as the fire rate of an SMG, and they're right here. And what they're trying to do here is decrease the aim down sight speed so it can't compete with the ADS of an SMG. The problem is the hip fire of the FFAR is so good that a lot of the time in the situations where the ADS is going to matter, you can just hip fire and probably get the kill faster than an SMG anyway. Again, I don't think this is enough, but if you're looking for a weapon to replace the FFAR, I recommend the Groza or even the AS Val. Both have really good time to kills up close, but not quite good at long range. After this, we have attachments. So the attachments are several different things. First of all, we have the rear grip attachments that showed ADS-B's pros should now properly increase the ADS speed. Apparently, this still doesn't work on some weapons, but they're trying at least. After this, they fixed a bug with the Groza where the 16.5-inch barrel would bypass the damage drop-off. In other words, making the weapon better than it actually is. So I guess they nerfed that. They also fixed a bug with the Ember sight on the XM4 and AK-47. Basically, the speed was increased of the ADS before. Now it's properly decreased like it says it is. They also fixed a bug with the Salvo Fast Mag where the FFAR and M16 were not having their ADS speed decreased. Similarly, with the FFAR, this attachment now also decreases the ADS speed. So again, another bit of a nerf for the FFAR. And finally, the Pellington 703 Rap Suppressor effects should now properly represent in the stat bar. So the attachment worked before, the stat bar just didn't display properly. And that is everything that is updated. Personally, I don't think this is enough. I think the FFAR is still going to need a little bit more of a nerf, and it's going to be interesting to see if that recoil really is enough to nerf the AUG. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It's interesting. Like I said, I don't know if it's enough. So essentially, that's what we have today. It's a jumble of things that don't totally make a lot of sense to me, but here we are nonetheless. We've got the secret message in the email that they sent out last night. We have zombies going to Superstore, and we have a weapons update. I'm curious what you think of all of this, so if you have any opinions, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, always appreciate it if you hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.